Hello everybody, Bill here, and today I'm going to be addressing an issue that keeps MX5 owners awake at night in a cold sweat. Yep, it's crank wobble. So what is crank wobble? Why is it bad? Well, in its simplest form, it's when the pulley or damper at the front of the engine begins to fail and starts to wobble. Therefore, it is no longer absorbing any of the vibrations or torsional forces that are exerted on the crankshaft during ignition cycles. What can this lead to? Well, to start with, it can lead to flipped belts. It can then lead to damaging and breaking the oil pump, and in extreme cases, especially with turbocharged or supercharged MX5s, so high horsepower engines, it can lead to breaking the crankshaft. Now, my MX5 does suffer from this crank wobble. I was supposed to be going up to the dyno this weekend, but that's not going to happen. So I've spent a load of money and ordered a boatload of shiny new parts to hopefully fix the problem. So here we are in the engine bay, and we can see what we're going to have to remove to get to the crank pulley. For starters, we're going to have to slacken off and remove the power steering belt. Same with the alternator, that'll need to come off as well. Going to be removing the water pump pulley and the alternator pulley for reasons I'll get to later on. And then we'll be able to undo that main crank bolt. Remove the crank. I've got a new woodruff key to go in there as well. So let's get these things off. So here's everything I just removed from the engine. You've got the main cause of the issues there, the harmonic balancer, and you've got the alternator, off which I have removed the pulley, which I will explain shortly. Also removed the water pump pulley, the crank bolt, and both belts. Let's go and have a look at all the new shiny parts, shall we? Okay, so we've come inside out of the wind because Mr. Postman has dropped off a nice little load of things for me. So we're going to open these up, see what nice new shiny parts we've got. I think we'll start with this one. Brand new crank bolt, always a good idea. They are technically stretch bolts, so then once you've taken them out, you're not meant to reuse them, so there's time to buy a new one. Next up, we'll go for this one, see what's in here. Brand new keyway to lock the pulley to the crankshaft because mine is damaged. and also a new alternator belt. You'll notice it's not a V belt. It might give you a clue as to what else we'll be doing here, which should be what's in this packet. Nice shiny cap heads. So here's the reason I took the pulley off the alternator. Nice aircraft grade machined aluminium replacement. You'll notice it's a ribbed belt. Matching water pump. These are from Freaky Parts. They make aircraft grade aluminium pulleys for all models of MX-5s, from V-belts and rib belts, so you can get those. They're about £50 to £80 depending on what you want, but they are really nice. I've wanted these for a while and this is now a good excuse to do that. Now we get to the main event, which is a Boat racing box. And in here we have a crap ton of bubble wrap. Stickers. Made in USA, a fluid damper. We're upgrading. How do you open this? There we are, there's my replacement for my wobbly old crank. We have a fluid damper. I could have gone with an OEM original replacement, but I thought, why not upgrade? Wasn't cheap, but well worth the upgrade, I think. So unlike the OEM versions, this doesn't have a rubber bonded centre, which is what has the damping effect on the crank pulley. This is filled with a heavily viscous fluid. It's much more effective at reducing the vibrations and keeping the engine running smoothly. So you've seen the parts, let's go and bolt them to the engine. So as you can see, I've made a start bolting things back on, got both pulleys on. The weather's not very nice, it's freezing cold out here, it's really windy, I can't be bothered doing any more. So I'm going to wrap it up for today, I'm going to go inside and I'll pick it up again in the morning. Okay, it's the next day, and in typical Welsh fashion the weather was even worse today, probably to spite me for being lazy, but it's now dried up, so I'm going to crack on, get this thing put back together, and then we can start it up and see if we've cured that crank wobble. Okay, so as you can see, everything's back on the engine, it's all bolted together where it belongs. I've reconnected the battery, it's time to start it up and find out if all this has been a massive waste of time. Well, that's not quite the result I was hoping for, but unfortunately in this game you'll all know you win some, you lose some. That's not to say that those parts weren't worth putting on there. The uprated components will definitely help some way towards the longevity of the engine, and I feel a lot happier knowing that they're in there doing something. At least for now the car is drivable again. I will include links to all the parts I have used for this video if you're interested in having a look and maybe buying them yourself. I'll also include the link to a in-depth write-up on fluid dampers on the Boat Racing website, which gives you information on crank wobble, the fluid dampers themselves, why you should consider buying one, what the applications are, etc. So if you're interested in this, you can have a look. I will hopefully be able to take the car up to the dyno again after all the exhaust work and the manifold being ported, etc. She's now hitting boost cut when I try and go for it, so she needs retuning. So hopefully I'll be able to video that when it happens and you'll see it here. Thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying my videos. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and keep an eye out for more. I'll see you all soon.